You ever get snubbed yet? You ever go up to somebody to go get a hug and the person turn them back on you? You ever lean into somebody to get a kiss and them turn with them head? Well, today we are going to talk about the snubbing of Kamala Harris by Bruce Fischer, the husband of third-time Republican Senator from Nebraska, Deb Fischer, as Kamala Harris was swearing her in a few days ago. But before we do that, if you are new here, a very special welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you are a returning traveler, I want to say thank you for your continued support. On Monday, January 6th, the Vice President, Kamala Harris, was snubbed by Bruce Fischer, the husband of Nebraska Republican Senator Deb Fischer, as she performed the swearing-in ceremony for the third-time elected senator. Now, as the Vice President, it is Kamala Harris's responsibility, it is her duty to perform these ceremonies, and everyone who is accompanying their loved ones to take the oath of office are aware that a handshake will be part of the ceremony, as courtesy is extended and received. But despite having this knowledge and this awareness, Bruce Fischer decided that he was going to display one of the most disrespectful acts of discourtesy anyone could muster on a public stage. I'm sure by now many of you have seen the now viral video, and the opinions vary. Some people say it's because he had a cane in his right hand, while others say he was only having a bad day. But whatever it is, and whatever side you are on, to me, it was still an obviously dismissive display. If you notice him from the beginning, you can tell that he was up to something. He kept his eyes planted on the ground, never making eye contact with the Vice President, never even seeming to acknowledge her presence. From the time he walked upon that stage, I knew something was up. And Kamala knew something was up as well. Because if you look, you will see, if you listen carefully, you will hear when she said to him, "I don't bite." Then after Deb Fischer had taken the oath and sworn on the Bible, her husband was holding for her to swear on. She accepted the handshake from the Vice President. She then took the Bible from her husband with the expectation that his hand would be free. He could transfer the cane to his left hand, but she wanted to make sure his right hand was free because she knew that the Vice President was going to extend a handshake to her husband. But what did he do instead? He held on to his cane in his right hand and he stuck his left hand in his pocket and still did not make eye contact with Kamala Harris, still kept his eyes planted on the ground. And even when they were taking the picture, the man started squeezing up himself against his wife as though Kamala had the plague or something. Like he don't want to go close to her. And in Jamaica we say to take shame out of we. So to take shame out of her eyes, Deb repositioned herself between her husband and Kamala Harris. And this was so disgraceful. Like, these people just do not have any class. They just don't know when to act up. You know, this is not something you do on a public stage, an international stage. Everybody's watching. I can understand your politics may be different from hers. You may not even like the fact that she's a woman and she has ascended to the Vice President. But think about it. Your wife is a third-time senator. Your wife could have a real possibility of becoming the Vice President. So what in the world is your problem? What is your problem? Is it because she's black? Because it definitely is not because of the politics. Why I say it's not because of the politics? 4 years ago, when his wife was sworn in by Mike Pence, he was happy. He shook Mike Pence's hand and you could see the glee on his face. 4 years prior to that, when his wife was sworn in by Democrat Joe Biden. He was pleased. You could see the glee on his face. He shook Joe Biden's hand and he was all happy. So I have come to the conclusion that it could be because Kamala is not just a woman, but a black woman. And that is what is rubbing this little weasel the wrong way. So tell me, guys, I know there are many of you out there with differing opinions and we all see things differently. But tell me, how did you see this event play out? You know, I saw Kamala Harris handle it with class, with grace, with courtesy. And I was very pleased at the way she handled the situation. But you all, tell me out there, what do you think about this whole situation? I'll be reading your comments down below. So don't be afraid to tell me exactly how you think. But please, keep the comments respectful. Alright? And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, now is a good time to do so. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, you'll be first to get notified. That's going to be it from me for today. Until next time, this is straight from Trebessence, where your journey matters.